Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
There I am. In bed. Chilling. Like a villain. We got Oscar sleeping next to me. Oscar, say hi to YouTube family for the recap. So while we're here, while I have you guys in bed with me, so the post-fight press conference went pretty well. I think I pissed Matt Mitrione off a little bit. He stared me in the eyes for a good 5 seconds. That felt like a good 2 minutes when I asked him if he felt, well, here, let me start with this. You guys can go back and watch this. Matt Mitrione walks up and I ask him, I go, you had a swagger about you tonight. You looked like you were just so confident. Your hands were down, whether you were being confident or you're just like trying to protect the takedown of Roy Nelson. Either way, Matt Mitrione looked amazing tonight. His footwork tonight was absolutely on point. He had some heavy shots that would have dropped any other fighter if it wasn't Roy Nelson. We already know that Roy Nelson has a legendary chin. I mean, he has one of the most legendary chins in MMA, period. I mean, in UFC history, now in Bellator history, those freaking uppercuts Matt Mitrione's landing, the footwork of Matt Mitrione, like Matt Mitrione looks 10 times better than he ever has to me. Like, he is coming into the Matt Mitrione, and my question to him was, you look confident in there. You already beat Fedor Emelianenko. A lot of people are saying that you're the favorite. Do you think that your win tonight was kind of you pushing your cushion to your throne, and are you gaining confidence? And he's definitely happy that he won tonight. But then my follow-up question was, do you think that you pulled through for Bellator? Do you think that that they're happy with having you as the main event? Do you think that you did your job? And he looked through my soul for like 10 seconds. What it felt like. I didn't mean to piss him off. I just wanted to make sure that there were a lot of fans booing. To go back, I want to ask you guys especially, and let me know this on Twitter at evil_echo. How did you guys have this fight scored? Because on press row, it was going all around. Like, I had the first round going to Roy Nelson. I had the second round going to Matt. And the third round going to Roy. But some people had it at a draw. Some people had it for Matt. Like, I saw it going all different ways. And, we can always go back and rewatch the fights, but I don't recommend doing that. Based off your first instinct. And shout out to Brian Miner tonight, who was one of the judges, who came up to me before the fights went down. He always does to say hi. So shout out Brian Miner if you're watching the show. I know he's a big fan. Pure Evil MMA. Hopefully my mic's not too loud for you guys. Yeah, the scorecards are all over the place for people on press row and media. But I see, because the first round, I really felt like Matt could have won that on a lot of judges' scorecards. Roy Nelson having that late takedown. Here, let's look back at my notes, matter of fact. Well, let's see what I wrote down here for this main event. Alright, so round one, here's what I wrote down for you guys. Roy comes out with overhand as planned. I was going to counting on Roy coming out with an overhand to get a knockout, if anything, or go to decision. Another thing, Bellator should have 5-round main events, especially in this Grand Prix. Matt comes out with jab. Matt with his hands way down, so showing the confidence. Matt heavy kick, 3 minutes and 32 seconds. Roy with a 1-2, 3 minutes and 18. Matt pushing down Roy, walking back against the cage. Matt with a high kick. Matt with a lot of kicks tonight too. Like I said, he looked really good tonight. He did. And this win's definitely bringing up the confidence in him, which I love to see. Nothing scarier than a confident fighter, especially someone that can fight like Matt Mitrione. Confident Matt, hands down. Roy pushing Matt to the cage at a minute and 50 seconds. Roy gets takedown at a minute and 36. So now at this point, Matt Mitrione is in control most of this fight. Roy Nelson is eating a couple of shots. But for the most part, Matt did win a lot of the first round. So I see why a lot of people were giving it time. But the round ended with Matt Mitrione on his back, I believe. Roy Nelson on top from that minute 36-second time mark on. And this happened consecutively in the second and the third. But the argument is, was there enough time? Did he do enough damage? And overall, I think Matt did most damage tonight. I mean, you can ask who wore it the most. I mean, Roy's eye was bleeding at one point. Well, let me get back to the notes. I believe I have that in the notes somewhere too. So that's the first round. So I can definitely see why a lot of people scored round one for Matt Mitrione. And looking back at it now, maybe I should have scored round one for Matt Mitrione. So I'm going to agree with the judges here. My initial reaction was up in the air. I was asking Eric to the left of me, Eric Cowell from MMA News. I was asking the couple to my right, forgot their name, Mass Wrestling or something or another. Then there was ESPN sitting next to us. Everyone was just up in the air with this one. All right, so round two. Let's get into round two here. All right, round two. Matt comes out swinging. Matt lands a heavy leg kick. Another heavy leg kick at 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Leg turning beat red on Roy. You know, Matt took the legs out of Roy. I mean, Roy looked like he was hurting. Under the left eye of Roy, at a minute and 40 seconds in the fight, bloody. Roy has a hard counter shot at a minute and 40 seconds. Roy with big takedown at a minute and 8 seconds. So at this point, second round fully to Matt Mitrione on everybody's heart. I don't think anybody is going to disagree with the second round being 100% for Matt Mitrione. And I'm trying to think of the judges' scorecards, because one judge did have this card to draw. But after the third round, there was a couple, we were all talking about it, but one MMA website, I can't remember who it was. I'm so sorry, because I should be giving you a shout out. My bad. One website said that, you know, it could be a draw. And what if it is 27-27? What do they do? And the answer for you guys is, if you didn't know this already, the rule for this Grand Prix tournament is, in the case of a draw where it would be 27-27, they would then go into a fourth and final round, a sudden death, if you will. Fourth and final round to see who would win that round initially, would win the entire fight. Fortunately, it didn't come to that. So, a lot of people at this point, going into the third round, we have 2 rounds to Matt, right? So now let's go into the third round. I think this is the round where definitely you have to give it to Roy. So let's check out what my notes were, and let me know what your guys' opinion of this was. You know, I'm cage side, so you know, every time I see something, I have to write it down on the laptop. So when I look down, I might miss something in a second or two that could have been crucial. You know, I'm not one of the judges that just have my arms folded watching the fights. All right, so going to the third round. You know, on my scorecard going to this was interesting because I had it 1-1 at this point. I had first round for Roy, second round for Matt. Well, on a lot of people's cards, 2 rounds for Matt at this point. All right, so round 3, Matt comes out with an uppercut that lands. Roy pushing forward, looking for a takedown, but Matt escapes with range. Matt lands a hard jab at 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Roy with a high leg kick, which was nice to see. I haven't seen him do that in a while, so I'm doing a DC debut. Takedown by Roy with 3 minutes and 15 seconds, and then he gets Matt Mitrione in a crucifix position. And there was a lot of people, I was talking to a lot of people afterwards, they say that they think that Matt Mitrione was knocked out unconscious. And somebody asked Matt at the press conference about that moment, because if you guys have been following these two's career, and we're going back years, we're going back to when I was in high school. what was it, 2010, I guess. So I guess I was out of high school for the Ultimate Fighter Season 10. Matt Mitrione, Roy Nelson, Brendan Schaub, Crybaby. It was coached by Rampage Jackson and Rashad Evans, the swagger Rashad Evans, the legit badass champ mode Rashad Evans, the Rashad Evans that we miss. Yeah, we've been following Roy Nelson and Matt Mitrione for years, and going into this fight, you know, these two actually fought in 2012. This was the rematch. Going into this fight, I was expecting one thing, and I knew Roy's camp was that if Roy gets on top of you, it's hard to get that belly off. It's so hard to get that belly off. He does it in all his fights, and I got so nervous tonight because we saw what he did throughout that entire season of Ultimate Fighter. He'd get fighters down, get them in the crucifix position, they'd panic. But Matt Mitrione knew this. I got so nervous though. So this was at 3 minutes 15 seconds, and Roy Nelson is working for it because, you know, Roy's corner might have been telling him, I don't know this, what sucks, you can't hear the commentary, but Roy's corner was probably telling him, you know, you gotta finish Matt, and he was close to doing that. But Matt, man, what a soldier that guy is. It was up on a lot of people's cards, and you can go back and say, you know, Bellator, you should be doing 5-round main events, but what the issue is, you're on Spike TV or Paramount Network, it's on cable, the fights were running late. I mean, usually I think the fights are supposed to end 11:30. Tonight they ended at like midnight, which is really late. So that being said, that's kind of an issue for Bellator to pursue a five round main event, so I understand that, which is our setback for them being considered number one in a lot of people's books, because UFC doesn't have to worry about that. Well, then again, they have pay-per-views. They're not giving out the free card, so I guess I really can't say that. But at least they're airing it in the UK. That's a big thing. At least they're not on tape delay. That's another big thing. I like what Bellator is doing. Coker made a really good point tonight, so to get off track. He was like, you know, yeah, we are getting these guys like Roy and Matt, but we're also finding the young up-and-comers out there. Like, you know, the Heather Hardys, which really isn't an up-and-comer. I mean, she's not in the MMA scene, she's a boxer, right? But like the Aaron Picos of the world, another boxer, I guess. But, you know, there's a lot of exciting things going for Bellator tonight. I've been saying it for a while. If you watch the podcast or listen to the podcast on iTunes or Podbean, you know, Bellator has a chance. You know, UFC's getting really greedy lately, and I don't mean to throw shade at the UFC. It seems like, you know, a lot of fighters aren't happy with the Reebok deal or what they're getting paid. And at the press conference on Media Day on Wednesday when I was at Mohegan, I forgot who, I'm pretty sure it was Roy, and I think he even said this on the MMA Hour. He's making more now, I believe he said this. He's making more now than he was, you know, post UFC or Tough 10. And to me, I'm happy for him if that's factual. If those are facts, I hope those are facts. I hope he's getting paid more than he was in the UFC. Because those sponsor deals are huge. And as I was leaving the casino tonight, I ran into Roy's sponsors, and they were pretty upset. They had it scored for Roy. Shout out to them. I got to give them a shout out on Twitter. Can't remember the exact things. It's on my Instagram. I can check real quick. You know what? Let me do that real quick. But I'm really interested to see what you guys thought about this. What was your fight of the night, and how did you score this? Okay, so Rico's Products. Shout out to Rico's Products. There we go. 3 awesome girls. Sponsor Roy Nelson. Family owned since 1909. We make fun food for a fun world. Ricos.com. San Antonio, Texas. And they were supporting Big Country tonight. They had their Big Country shirts on and everything. So guys, make sure to follow them. Felt so bad. You know, I ran into King Mo tonight, like I said. I believe his fight's next. Or you know what? It is for the Grand Prix, the next fight. So we have Chael Sonnen. For those of you guys out there that don't know, Chael Sonnen beat Rampage. Fight that I didn't think was going to go that way. Went that way. And I love Chael. Listen to his podcast. Chael knows I love him. Chael was there tonight, so it was weird seeing Chael, King Mo, Roy, and Nat all there tonight. And Vanderlei, even though he's not in the Grand Prix. But is he in the Grand Prix? Like, if somebody gets sick or falls out, is Vanderlei a backup to this Grand Prix? I'm not sure. Let me know if you guys know. But Matt Mitrione going forward in this Grand Prix, and his next side of the bracket. Shit, who's on that same? I believe below him is Ryan Bader, King Mo, matter of fact. So King Mo is next in line for Matt Mitrione, and I do not like that matchup. I don't like either of them winning, either Ryan Bader or King Mo. They're going to get squashed by Matt Mitrione. See, at this point, I think this is another question that was asked at the press conference tonight. I think Roy was the toughest competition for this side until the finale. If Matt Mitrione loses to, and it could happen, King Mo is a son of a bitch, Ryan Bader is a son of a bitch, should they be in the Grand Prix, the heavyweight Grand Prix, with people like Matt Mitrione, with the knockout power of Matt Mitrione, the shots that Matt was landing tonight, could King Mo take those same shots? Could Ryan Bader take those same shots? I'm interested to find out. I'm betting against it though. I think Matt Mitrione takes it from here on out to the finale. And now if we look on the other side of this Bellator Grand Prix, heavyweight Grand Prix bracket, on the top I believe we have Chael Sonnen and Rampage, so Chael's advancing. And below them you have Mir versus Fedor, and I believe they're going to be fighting next. So we're going to find that result out. And I keep saying this, if you've been listening to the podcast, I've been more excited about Bellator cards. I've been more excited about this Grand Prix, and I know it's going to take a while for it to play out throughout the year, but I'm loving this Grand Prix. I really am. I'm enjoying it. I hope nobody gets injured. I hope that we have all these contestants throughout this Grand Prix. Nothing gets screwed up. I'm having a blast. You know what? UFC had a card on Sunday. I'm going to be giving you guys my predictions for that as well. You know what? Bellator kicking off 2018 with a bang. They really are. And I love what they're doing. I mean, having Goldie, they got rid of Jimmy Smith, and I think that could be a plus for them. I think Jimmy fits a lot better over at the UFC, honestly. I like Big John McCarthy. I didn't get to listen to the commentary tonight, so let me know how they did in the commentary on Twitter. I'll check it out myself. For the most part, this was an amazing event for Bellator. I always have fun with these events. I think it's great for the fans, the fan villages. You had all the legends there. You know, you got to see Chuck Mindenhall. You got to see Royce Gracie. You got to see, like, you know, the media and the fighters. And that's another thing about the fighter media. Let me say this. Like, I'm very open when it comes to, you know, being on Twitter and, you know, following people around you that are going to these events and linking up with them and doing recap shows. So me and Nolan can kind of promise our audience here at Pure Evil MMA. Well, I kind of promised you guys, and Nolan told my audience, I guess, or you guys here, that he would join me after Bellator. It was getting a little late, so we're going to be doing the recap here at Pure Evil MMA. So we're going to see what he has to say. I have a chance to digest it all. And, you know, it's 4:20 in the morning, so cheers to that. I'll take a vape hit for that. Look at Oscar in his bed over here. Look at that. We got the room all set up. And excuse me while I got my vape in over here. But like I said, you guys can check out the post-fight presser at mymmanews.com. So happy 420, guys. What a night for Bellator. I hope I didn't piss Matt Mitrione off. You look pissed at me. And you know what? I can't wait to go back and look at the post-fight presser, because damn, he looked like he was ready to kill me tonight. Happy 420, guys. A successful night for Bellator 194 in the books. Another Grand Prix fight. Another successful fight for Mohegan Sun. And going all the way back, Mohegan Sun's been putting on great fights forever now. I mean, BJ Penn versus Jens Pulver was here. I mean, there's been some really good fights. And I think Bellator has really made their home here at Mohegan Sun. You don't see the UFC coming around a lot. here on the East Coast. Well, they're coming to Barclays Center. I'm trying to get my credentials for that. You know, there's people like out in London. I had some listeners ask me, you know, they tweeted me, you know, I have UFC coming out to London. Should I go check out the UFC card because, you know, Bisping's out on it? Is it worth it to go see? God, are you kidding? The answer is yes. If you have the chance, if UFC is coming to your area, you better go see it if you were a fight fan. If you have never been to live fights, you are missing out. And if you can go to a UFC event, they have amazing fan villages. It's a lot of fun. It's an amazing experience. You know, watching at home is fun. I love listening to commentary. I love being able to surf Twitter. Going to fights live, you gotta do it if they come to your area because it is rare. You don't know what's gonna happen in the next 20 years. UFC could crumble and fall apart, and Bellator could take over. How about that? How about that for a reality? It could happen too. If Bellator cleans up their act over there and can stop doing these tape delays, I could really see Bellator turning something big here. You know, if you keep getting these fighters to say that they're really happy with Bellator, I'm getting behind that. I get behind the fighters and the company that's happy. You know, I don't like hearing that fighters are unhappy, not getting paid. And like you guys, if you heard the podcast this week or my UFC 221 recap, me talking about, you know, Reebok and if you go into a Reebok store, you can't even get UFC fight kit. You can only get it online. So how much does Reebok really care about their UFC fighters? Look at the UFC video game. Those fighters, they don't get like $1. I think they get like a $300 check max if you're like one of the main faces of the video game. But they're using their likeness and they're not getting paid peanuts. I think like Quinta is freaking out about this. So I like to see the fighters start, you know, being happy for, you know, growing up watching these guys in the NFL, MLB, and see what they get paid and see what they go through in a season. But to see what a fighter goes through in a year and what they get paid, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. These companies are being sold for $4 billion to WMEIMG, that's owned by Conan O'Brien, and people that are just Hollywood blockbuster millionaires. And why are the fighters not happy? These are the people that are going in here putting on the entertainment. It is still almost like the kings are up watching in their throne, like we're watching a Gladiator movie again. Like this is the Russell Crowe movie. And the fighters are in there fighting for bread. And you got people eating pork, living the life, watching the fights, and making every dollar off of it. Off the blood, sweat, and tears of the fighters. And I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that one bit. I'm not saying that's the exact reality, but I'm saying that when a fighter complains, I don't like hearing that, and I'm going to speak against it. And I like what Bellator is doing, is what I'm saying. That's the point of all of it. I like what Bellator is doing, and I hope they keep up with it. I hope they keep fighters happy. I hope they continue down this path. I hope they fix these things, and move in the next 3-5 years. Bellator can take a really solid spot as a company that is taken very seriously like the UFC is. Because when I go to Easter, when I go to Thanksgiving, Christmas, and I have family asking, Ed, what do you do now for a living? How's your wrestling thing? How's your UFC thing? They don't say the MMA thing. They don't know what MMA is. They know it by UFC. They know it by wrestling. They know it by my mom calls it the dub. My mom still, how's your WWF thing? Mom, I'm not 8 years old anymore. I don't follow WWF anymore. This is big boy stuff. This is the real fights. Oh, man. 2018 MMA. I like where things are going is my final note of the night. My final note of the night, Bellator 194 in the books. I'm Evaletti from Pure Evil MMA, my MMAnews.com. Just digesting it all tonight and get the recap up for you with Nolan King. Cheers at 420. Shout out to everybody who showed support tonight on Twitter. If you're not already following me on Twitter, make sure you are at Evil_Echo. Also, we got the new merch up for Pure Evil MMA at teespring.com/pureevilmerch. That's TEE Spring, SPRING.com. /Pure Evil Merch. It's PureEvilMerch. Guys, we got hoodies, we got t-shirts, we got girl tees, we got stickers for just $4. All teespring.com/Pure Evil Merch. Have a great night, guys. I am absolutely exhausted. It's been a long day. I drank altogether 3 monsters tonight, and on the way home, had to get a monster to try to stay awake. Was at the casino, was at the Indian reservation. Go to the gas station at the reservation before I leave. Grab a monster. I look at the guy at the cashier. I go, "You guys do 2 for $4? The 2 for $4 for Monster Energy drink?" Nope, it's 5 for 1. So I paid $5 for 1 monster tonight. Well, it was worth the $5 because it's now 4:30 in the morning and I'm still awake doing this recap with you guys. And I really thought I was just going to do the Instagram reaction video, but it ended up being kind of a recap. You guys can check out the post-fight press conference at mymmanews.com, or you can check out mine here at Pure Evil MMA on YouTube. Make sure you're on me on iTunes as well. Pop me at Pure Evil MMA if you want to catch the podcast. Or if you're listening to the podcast right now and you want to check the video cast out, head over to YouTube and go to Pure Evil MMA. Other than that, guys, have a great weekend. Happy Saturday. Hope you enjoyed the fights tonight, because I certainly did. And I'm about to go on social media right now, so if you were tweeting me tonight, I'm sorry. Did not have a chance to check my Twitter. Another thing that Bellator had tonight to use their Wi-Fi at Mohegan Sun. That was one issue for everybody. It was an open Wi-Fi, so everybody in the audience was using the same one the media was using. It was just an absolute mess. So that was my only whack on anything at Bellator 194. Besides that, I'm rating it 4 out of 5 for a Bellator. Or we're rating it 3 out of 5 if we're comparing it to a UFC card. So 3 out of 5 if we're comparing it to, high caliber card. For a Bellator card, for a free card, for a live event, I'm giving it 4 out of 5. It had all the things I want at a live event. Got to see your legends. You got to see your popular MMA media. You got to see the funny side of media, like having John Jones there. The pizza, the Italian pizza there. I always brag about New Haven style pizza. It's even a sticker on the back of my laptop here. You guys can't see it, but every day I broadcast, on the other side of that camera right there, there's a sticker that says, "I love New Haven pizza." Instead of a heart, it's a pizza. So a pizza New Haven doesn't really make sense. But it's overall great event tonight. And I ran into some fans of mine from Twitter. A lot of people recognized me, so I always love that. I love that people that stop take pictures with me. It's another huge thing. A very successful night with Pure Evil MMA and my MMA News, myself. I love going to these events, and I'm looking forward to the next one. I'm looking forward for Bellator coming back around. I'm looking mostly forward to this Grand Prix. I'm looking forward more towards the Grand Prix than I am about any UFC events right now. I'm more concerned and focused on these Grand Prix. So I want to know what your guys' thought is. Your thoughts are the ones that count and can alter my thoughts. So I'm open to everyone's thought. Everyone has a right to their opinion. And that's what I offer you here at Pure Evil MMA. So let me know your opinion on Twitter at evil_echo. That's EVIL_ECCO. I gotta hit the hay. Oscar, you're getting tired over here too, bud. Look at him. He was up all night crying for a meal, everybody. It's that little purple toy right there. That's his baby. Loves that little thing. Alright, guys. I got to hit the hay. Even though I'm probably going to play Skyrim for a little bit. Check out my Instagram. Check out my Twitter. But guys, have a great night. I'm Evil Eddie from Pure Evil MMA. MyMMAnews.com. Behave yourself.